Hello, my name is Zillian St. Hilaire, and I want to show you how to do remote configuration, or what was used to be called zero-touch configuration, on a computer using Intel AMT Director. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up a computer, and I have a Waybridge here. This is an AMT 3.0 machine that has zero-touch support on it. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and connect on it, and just notice that it's connecting correctly. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is connect to it and look at the additional zero-touch setting panel here. This only appears on AMT 2.2 and AMT 3.0, or any machine that supports zero-touch or remote configuration. So I'm going to click on this, and you're going to see the different hashes that have been set up. Now, these are trusted root hashes, and in order for me to set up a hash, I can just add one right here. So what I'm going to do here is delete this one, for example. So, and this is the two that have been set up with the machine initially. You can add these by going into the BIOS screen and adding them yourself if you have an AMT 3.0 machine. If you have an AMT 2.2, you're going to have to set it up either here or by your vendor before purchasing the machine. So what I'm going to do is go into Certificate Manager. Here I already created myself a root certificate, and I'm going to go and say Toggle Trust and say yes. So this root certificate is now trusted by Windows. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is go into Zero Touch, add this test root certificate onto the existing trusted hashes, and I can toggle the state and make it active. So now this computer will trust any certificate that is signed by this root. So I'm going to go back to my certificate manager. I have this root certificate. I'm going to say issue a new cert. And what I'm going to do is issue a zero-touch certificate. And in this case, I'm going to put the name of my own computer here. I'm going to put Intel as my organization, and say OK, generate. And now I'm going to create a zero-touch certificate. It's right here. Once I've created my zero-touch certificate, I can click on zero-touch setup, select it, and now it's active. The administrator password, this is the password that will be in the ME prior to it contacting me. Now, if the machine is not configured and has the default admin, that's okay too. Or if it has a password, then this password will be attempted. So you know, just put the password here that you think the machine will have in the ME in the AMT setup. And if it's not set up, then we'll use the default admin, and that's all right too. In the bottom here, you can select a profile that we want to push if any machine comes in with zero-touch setup. And so I'm going to select security profile, security profile that's here, secure profile, and this has just something that I've already set up. Actually, the certificate isn't valid here, so I'm going to go ahead and select the basic profile. There you go, just to make it easier for us. Then I'm going to go onto this machine, and I'm going to go into the management engine, and I'm going to tell it to partially unprovision. But before you partially unprovision, go ahead and set up the machine correctly so that it can come back and find me with all the right settings. So when I check this box and say OK, the first thing it's going to do is set the right MEBX password and the right admin password, so that when it's going to come back with zero-touch, it's going to work correctly. So now the machine is resetting, and it should take a while for this to happen. Because basically what the AMT machine is doing is that it's generating itself a brand new certificate, and it usually takes about 2 minutes for that to happen. So while this happens, I just want to highlight the fact that you can click on Configuration Server, make sure that the server is always running and active. Otherwise, you won't get any hello messages. And you can clear the event log here, but this will display all of the events that have occurred in Intel AMT Director. I can also go into the Hello viewer, and these are all the hello messages I've received so far, and 5.85 happens to be a machine I just put into reset. So this is one of the previous hello messages that I've gotten from that machine. In this case, it's got 3 hashes, 1 through 3, and this is the raw data for message. These are 2 VeriSign message hashes, and this is the 3rd one I added myself. So I'm still waiting for it to happen. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Now this in Zero Touch here, rather in the certificate manager, I can click on my certificate and view it. And just want to show how this is the Zero Touch setup identifier, and this is the TLS client identifier for cert. So this is 2 of the options that are required for this cert to be a Zero Touch certificate. So, we're done. I'm just going to close this. And very quickly what happened is that we've received a hello message. We've done a Zero Touch configuration, and it was successful. And in addition to that, we pushed the basic profile into this computer. And there we go. The computer was set up correctly. So that's basically it. What I've done here is a partial unprovision of a computer, and then I've reprovisioned it using Director. But you can also go in the BIOS of that computer and set up the right hash, which would be this hash, or the hash of the root, which would be in here, test root, view, detail, and click on here. This would be the hash of the root that you would type into the BIOS of that computer, or you can add it using this UI before reprovisioning it. So that's it. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you. Have a great day.